Welcome back to another episode of the Talkative Sports News. And I am your host, Kaz. As always, thank you for joining. And remember, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all the above. Please and thank you. Now, let's get started. So, there was a little cup competition yesterday called the Super Cup, which is normally played between the winners of the UEFA Champions League and the UEFA Europa League. So the last year's Champions League winner, Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, and last year's Europa League winner, Tottenham Hotspur. So I'll just give you my quick basic take on the game. First, I must say, what a game to watch. That was that if that's how this season is starting off, I can't wait to see what the rest of the season is. But that was an incredible game from start to finish. Entertaining. Every single bit of that game was entertaining. I thought Tottenham played a near flawless game for 80 minutes. Like Thomas Frank said, if it was an operation, um, the operation went well, but the patient died. So did the operation really go well? I don't know. But a near flawless game, 80 minutes until the champions, Paris Saint-Germain, said, look at me. In 10 minutes, he said, look at me. I'm the captain now. Scores 2 goals. In the space of about maybe 7 minutes, to be honest. Man, what a game. What a presentation. What a game. I thought Van der Ven and Romero, one of their better games I've ever seen them play. Of course, they scored, so got to give them a lot of credit. Pape Matassa, very, very high energy player. He was everywhere. I mean, defending, blocking crosses in his own box, to getting on the back of through balls while going forward. Even his high pressing mentality, he won the ball a couple times in PSG's half. Very, very high energy player. Great performance. And then Kudus was exactly what I thought it would be. He was special. I mean, Nuno Mendes had a problem dealing with him. Like he was everything that I think Tottenham expect out of him this coming season. And then once Jose Enrique brought on the subs in the 80th minute, 85th minute, completely changed the game. You know, put PSG on the front foot. Now they have a focal striker that they can play off of, Gonzalo Ramos. And but the one person that turned that game around in the 85th minute, something like that around, was Lee Kang-in. And what a player, what a strike, what a goal. And then, of course, 3 minutes later, Gonzalo Ramos seals the comeback with a nice header on the end of an Ousmane Dembele cross. What a performance from both teams. I gotta applaud them. That was a great game to watch. Unfortunately, Tottenham couldn't come out with the victory from the penalties. But regardless, Tottenham should feel really good. If I'm a Tottenham fan, I feel great. I feel proud of my team. We did against the world champion, right? In a better competition, the UEFA Champions League. But we came and we showed them that, hey, just because we're not a top 4 Premier League team from last season doesn't mean that we're not going to put on a performance for the ages. And boy, did they. They absolutely did. For 75 minutes, they took the game to PSG. They didn't dominate possession, but they dominate in chances created and just work ethic. So I gotta hand it to Thomas Frank's team. Good job. Now, let's get to some actual news. Jack Grealish has just solidified his loan to Everton. This will be a 1-year loan with an option to buy, I believe, 45, 50 million. Um, yeah, let's talk about this. I really like this for Everton. I really do. If you can play Jack Grealish at kind of the 10, the roaming 10 role, let Ndai do his thing on the left wing, and then let Kieran Dewsbury Hall be that 8 that's constantly making those runs into the box past Grealish, and let Grealish just create and do his thing like he did it, similar to what he did at Aston Villa, even though he's not as physically astute as he was back then. I think this can work really well. The question, and this is the problem with Everton. It's never been their defense. It's never been their wing play. It's always been, can they get a striker? If they can get a striker, they'll be fine. I expect them to be mid-table, 10th, maybe 8th. If they get a good striker. Now, I don't know where they're going to get this good striker from. I'm not sure which striker they have right now, but my advice to them would be Jean-Philippe Mateta. If you can afford 40 million from Crystal Palace, please go for it. Or if you can't afford for Jean-Philippe Mateta, I would go for the man on the bench, Nketiah, right? I would at least go for it. I'm not sure how much they would charge, maybe 30 million, maybe 35, but I would go for Nketiah, one of them. So that's just me with the Jack Grealish thing, but this is good for Everton. This is very good. I think they're hitting. They might hit their stride next season. I'm sure they still have Dwight Gale, so yeah, Grealish would definitely be an addition to help them stay relevant, I guess. Moving on, Malik Thiaw to Newcastle from AC Milan. I really, really love this for Newcastle. I really, really love this. I think it's definitely going to bolster their defense. Malik Thiaw, tall, big, strong. Not like a slow defender. He's a fairly quick defender. So yeah, it's definitely gonna add some physicality and some pace to their deep defense, which I believe they lacked. Well, they didn't lack physicality; they lacked pace. And in today's league, you need to have some kind of pace in the defensively to be able to be to keep being a top 4 team or even a top 6 team, really. So Malik Thiaw, yeah, he's definitely going to bring some brute force strength, pace. The thing about this is Eddie Howe now needs to figure out how to properly utilize him. Are you going to play a back 3 and put him on the right or left? Or how are you going to do with Sven Botman and Jamal Lascelles? I don't know. But if he figures it out, and Fabian Schär, of course, Fabian Schär. But if he figures this defense out, Newcastle will be a problem. Mark my words. And on top of them getting Malik Thiaw, it was breaking news that they have just finalized on the signing of the midfielder from Aston Villa, Jacob Ramsey. That, I think, honestly, this Thiaw deal is good, but that Jacob Ramsey deal, even better. Bolster their midfield, all of that. And Jacob Ramsey can play multiple roles. He can play an 8, he can play a 10, or sometimes he can play on the wing. Very talented player. So be on the lookout for Newcastle this season. Okay, next. So there was some clips on social media talking about who is the best run business in the Premier League. I mean. Do we even have to talk about this? Okay, fine. Chelsea. It's Chelsea. Chelsea is the best run business in the Premier League. Okay? It's not Man City. It's not Liverpool. It's certainly not Arsenal. It's Chelsea. I mean, if you look at the past couple of years, the rate at which we have been able to sell players, and not just sell players and make a profit, even though the player did nothing for us. I mean, one example, I'll just give you one example. Look at Mr. KDH, Kiernan Drewsbury Hall. Bought him for what, 30 million? Sold him for north of 33 million. Made a nice little 4 or 5 million profit. Guy barely played 8 Premier League games. Okay, sure, you could say he scored a Champions League goal. I think he scored in the Champions League final. Sorry, Conference League final, if I'm not mistaken. But he scored, I think against Ludo Goretz in the quarter or semifinals. Like a pretty nice goal, a pretty important goal too. So, but that's pretty much was his production for us. The league, the cups, not much, and we still made a profit off of him. You go Chukus, still made a profit off of him. So, you want to tell me it's Manchester United? You want to tell me it's Spurs? No, it's Chelsea. Moving on. Virgil van Dijk. Is Virgil van Dijk finally getting exposed? Now, I watched that entire game on, I believe it was Saturday. The Community Shield. I think it was Saturday. Either Saturday or Sunday. But I watched that entire game. And both of Crystal Palace's goals was Virgil van Dijk's fault. The first goal, fouls Sarr in the box, penalty. The second goal, I don't know what he was thinking of. I don't understand what he was thinking. Like, you literally see Sarr, he's unmarked, and you see him about to make a run, and you just step up. You don't communicate, you don't tell anyone, you don't try to cover, you just step up. Like, are you playing offsides by yourself? I just didn't understand that. Like that, like I don't know what he was thinking there. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he didn't trust himself to be able to cover Sarr. What do you guys think? Is he getting exposed? What do you think? I mean, I still believe he can be a leader of men, but I don't know. Can he hold his end? That was totally pun unintended, all right? But I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what this season holds for Liverpool and VVD. They are getting a new 18-year-old now. So maybe that might help him out. Who knows? Because we know Konate does not want to be there. He wants to go to Real Madrid. We'll see how that works out for him. But let's see how it works out. Manchester United spent 229.7 million and Arsenal spent 216.2 million. And they are the top 2 net spends in the Premier League. Why is that? Okay, let's talk about this. Manchester United, I understand. 16th, ridiculed club, need anything to bolster your fan base and get the fans excited. Do we really think Benjamin Sesko is going to do anything for them like that? Let's put our cards on the table. Do we really think Benjamin Sesko is going to take Manchester United to the glory? Or okay, let me not even go glory. Do we think Benjamin Sesko is going to strike them to 8th place? If you believe that, spend all the money you want. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I see the potential in Šeško, but I really don't know. I think he scored 13 goals in the Bundesliga last season. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to knock them for it, because when we bought Nkunku for about 65 million, he only scored 16 goals. Somehow won the Golden Boot. Yeah. So, but then again, you see how Nkunku worked out. Not really his fault. Injury, setback. So, yeah. But I don't know. And then Arsenal. I mean Arsenal. You finished second. I don't understand this. What is this? Stage 7? Stage 8? Stage fright? That you're spending the second highest amount of money and you finish second. You're spending only less than 10 million than a team in 16th place. Why, Arsenal? Why, Arteta? Are you scared? Are you scared, Arsenal? I wonder why. And on to the next topic. Last but not least, Marcus Rashford is not registered in Barcelona. Wait. Marcus Rashford is not registered in Barcelona and might not be, and is set to miss actually their first game against Mallorca. I literally said this when they started signing players. They got Rashford. Actually, when they got Rashford, I said, I made a little joke. You really think they'll be able to get him registered? Man, oh man. I mean, I don't want to say Kaz was right again, but Kaz was right again. Barcelona. What's going on with their player registering, man? What's going on? I thought everything would be finalized by now. Everything is fine now. You can register players. You can sign whatever players you want. What happened? What's going on? And I'm not saying that they won't be able to register him. You can't register him before the first game of your season? Make it make sense, chat. Please, talk to me. Leave a comment. Tell me what's going on. I don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on. Or maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. I'm sure Rashford doesn't know what's going on. I mean, he is losing money by not playing in that, or even being available to play, if I understand it right. So, make it make sense, Barcelona. Make it make sense. Why have you not registered Rashford yet? Justice for Rashford. I'm just kidding. Thank you all for joining me once again on Talkative Sports News. I know the last episode was kind of chaotic, kind of crazy. I'm sorry. It's on me. I take full responsibility. I'll have to plan it out better. I wasn't able to upload the episode because connection issues, and the episode wasn't fully backed up on our platform. But the live should still be there on our YouTube page, so you should still be able to see it. The problem is the nicely edited video with subtitles. You just won't have that, and you won't have any clips either. And I promise to make more clips for you guys. It seems like you guys really like the clips, so. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make more clips for you guys. And please like, subscribe, share, comment, and thank you for joining me once again on Talkative Sports News episode 4. Thank you so much, and have a blessed day. Peace.